Hello everyone, I'm Andrew, pleased to meet you. I'm putting this video together because I'm setting up a, a way to put some content on YouTube, and I did this years ago, and so I'm now in the process of getting all the hardware together and finding out the latest software that I can get to splice videos together to do the production and so on. So if you feel like wasting time, by all means watch this. It's going to take me a few episodes to get to the point where I actually have my two cameras taking a video, and me having found out how to make everything into one cohesive stream. And I'm not particularly time driven, so this could take me forever. I hope I don't waste your time, but if you do want to, please go ahead and waste it. Watch this. So step number one, I'm thinking of putting together a how-to video on roll your own cigarettes. That means that if anybody who is like I used to be years ago, you might be spending $700 a month on commercial cigarettes, and the point is that for less than an initial cost of less than $100, more like 70 or so, 80 maybe, you can get a real machine that will roll your own cigarettes under. It's not steam powered, it's electric power, and then the actual tobacco will cost you, give or take, $20, maybe less if you are smart about how you find the tobacco you like online. It's pipe tobacco. I don't use cigarette tobacco. Pipe tobacco is much easier to work with, and for me it tastes better. And then empty filters. And so basically right now, since I've been working to get this thing going, this is the machine. Now, in the future, I will have, the string doesn't quite make it, the power cord. This is the machine. There will be when I actually do the video, there will be a separate camera on it, so there'll be a box with my face, or not. I mean, I'd rather just show you how I do it and some of the considerations and so on. Very important tool, the Allen wrench, and I will show you in a moment what I do with the Allen wrench. It's key. And the tobacco I buy it in 1 pound bags, but this is what it looks like. There's tobacco in here. It's a specific brand that I like. There are tons of them out there, different brands, and many are very good. So for me, it's just a matter of what I prefer. It's a preference. And then the filters, they're empty filters. I happen to use this brand. Whoops, there we go. No. They happen to be Wrangler brand. There are tons of these as well, and here's what they look like. I use 100s, and there's a reason I use 100s, because not now, we'll get into it later, maybe in 6 months, I'm not sure. And they're empty, so you get the benefit of so all the chemicals here are in the filter, of course, but I believe it's probably less toxic than commercial cigarettes. And by the way, if you're not a smoker, don't do this. This is a filthy habit. I hate it, and I've been smoking for 45 years? Oh dear God, 55 years. And so don't do it. If you're not doing it, don't do it. But if you are doing it and you see a lot of videos on YouTube, many of them I don't care for much because I don't think they answer the right questions. So, but I'm gonna have fun doing this. And so you've seen the components, and I need a cigarette, and I just happen to have run out. So I'm gonna make one as we talk. I'm not gonna show you the machine, but the end result will be me having a cigarette. And hopefully this video is not going to be that long, but I seem to be running off at the mouth here. So this is my first video where I appear, so don't mind me. I'm basically going to pour just a little bit of tobacco into the hamper here. In case you're wondering what that looks like, I will show you in a minute. And I Ziploc it. It keeps it fresh, it doesn't dry up. The hamper that I was referring to is what you see here, and I think the thing is the cord here is a bit short. Basically, this is the container in which I put the tobacco, and it feeds into the tube which is mounted on this. So for example, this has to be up and the power is off, so this is fine. So I'm just going to mount it, and with all my thumbs in operation here, this is how it's mounted. And then basically I just lower this handle and it fills up the cigarette magically. Okay, now I'm going to make one because I really, being an addict, I do need a cigarette. So let me not look at the camera while I'm doing this real fast. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm going to stick the filter in. And off we go. Did you hear that? So this is what the 100 millimeter, the 100s filled up cigarette looks like. Now you'll notice that the very end here, and this is what happens whether you use king size or 100s. Actually, there is a difference. King size, for machines that can handle both sizes, king size fills out just fine. But there's always a little bit of loose stuff on top, and it doesn't always fill it up all the way. So what I do is I tap this down, and I also tap the cigarette in the way that everybody taps cigarettes, like for an hour on the table. I only do it for a couple of seconds, and then I sort of squash this a little, and I'll show you what the end result is. So first you'll hear me tapping it, tap, 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 tap. And then I'm going to insert this like that to squash it down a little bit. I'm gripping here very lightly, only as much force as I need not to have it fall out of my fingers. And then you'll see it brings down the tobacco a little bit. And then I usually do this with a filter on a solid, stable surface. But here I'm just using my finger, and I tap it in, tap, 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 tap. It doesn't look like the best looking cigarette in the world, but I tell you what, turn it upside down, and nothing falls out. Most roll your own cigarettes that people do, if you roll it by hand in a little simple roller or use a machine, if you look at the box, and if I put the cigarette down here, close the lid, go in my pocket, wherever, and I take out a cigarette, in most cases, by the time 15, 20 cigarettes have come out of here, with the cigarette loaded like this, there's like a layer of loose nicotine down there. It's messy, I don't like it, and you wind up with a cigarette in your hand that has the whole top part um, empty. So what I do is, first of all, I put it in with the filter up. I don't understand why commercial cigarettes don't do it either, because also if you want to offer somebody a cigarette, you're grabbing it by the business end, not by where the other person is going to put their mouth. I just think it's more practical. Call me crazy. I've had 71 years to think about this. I wasted the first 15 on being a baby, grew up into a child, and then started smoking like an idiot at age 15. But my life's achievement is that I now know how to make cigarettes. And if you'll excuse me, I'll indulge my proclivities, is it? Anyways, again, my name is Andrew. Feel free to do anything you like with this video. Post, I think, you can post it. I'm at the point where nothing much embarrasses me anymore, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And over the next few weeks, I should be posting more and more stupid videos like this, hopefully showing that I'm actually making progress. But I might disappear for 2 or 3 days here and there, because sometimes some of the tools that you have to use for video, they're not very complex, but they're intricate. There's a lot of pieces to put together, a lot of adjustments, and then by the time you put it together, you might lose a file here and there. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the day and have a wonderful week. You have a good one.